Hi guys, welcome to the BEX FLEX. As you know, this channel has been repurposed and will now be entirely for the woo. Now, when I talk about woo, my opinion on woo has changed in the last year hugely because of the research that I have done on the Tash and BEX FLEX with Tash. So, as many of you know, I've been working with people and the energies for many, many years, 25 to be exact. I've never really fitted into the new age stuff. I've over the years, I've been to a few meditation groups, but really only to meet like-minded people. Never gone religiously to anything. Never really felt that it was me or that I fitted in. So I've always worked as a lone wolf. I work on my own, and I have never had a course. I've never been on any training. I have actually, that's not strictly true. I have done some shamanic training when after I'd been working in healing circles. And when I say circles, I mean my own circle. But when I've been working in healing for maybe 12 or 13 years, and I liked shamanism. Again, I came in and went out of it over a number of years because it seemed to be the most authentic, without dogma, and without a particular set of rules. But even that, even the shamanic side of things, I have seen a dark underbelly. And realizing through the research how the matrix operates, I call it the overlay because it shouldn't be here. This is our realm, and we have been infiltrated very long time ago, and we're very manipulated, controlled, and we're also used for our energy. So our woo, our spiritual side, is just our electromagnetic field. We are electromagnetic beings. So now when I think about, say, for example, someone saying, oh, you're really psychic. No, I can just read the electromagnetic field around that person. That's all. I can see the energy and I can read the energy. So it's nothing to do with being psychic. It's to do with having a very, very heightened sensitivity to someone else's electromagnetic field. Your electromagnetic field is generated by your feelings and your thoughts. Your heartbeat is an electrical pulse. You are electrically powered. You are an electric being. You are bioelectric. So I want to take out all the love, light, and fluff from the woo. It's physics. It's just the way we're made. Our true nature is energetic, and that is hidden from us. And we're in these material bodies, and the material is always just shoved in our faces. We're programmed to focus on the material and to ignore, shut down, and laugh at anything that comes from feeling, knowing, intuition, spirituality. And I know that's true because I've been teased a lot when I was younger for my woo, and also felt for many years I had to hide it. So that just shows you how society responds to somebody that can sense the electromagnetic field, right? So part of the research that really, really changed the way I thought about it was when we did research into light. And that podcast is on our Patreon. But I want to show you this little diagram that I've made. I don't know if you can see that, but it's upside down. This is, oh, there we are. That's the right way up. So that circle there is the electromagnetic soup or the realm that we live in. And this dot here is how much of that realm you can perceive. So you are blind to all of this that's going on around you. You've got a tiny, tiny percentage that you can see. So we perceive 0.0035% of what is there in the electromagnetic soup around us, which means that we miss 99.9965% of what is there. So someone like me, who's considered to have wooey abilities, can probably just see 0.005% of what's there. I'm probably just seeing 0.0015% more than Joe Bloggs. And also, I've obviously not ignored what I could perceive. And so, because I've paid attention to it and fed it and looked after it, it's grown. And my perceptions have got more over the years and not less. So, in that electromagnetic soup and electromagnetism itself, we perceive as light. That's how we perceive electromagnetism, feeling, and we see it as light. So the other thing to remember about electromagnetism is that it contains information as well as light. And the information is there in the light. So really, when I'm looking out of my window right now, I know that I'm only seeing 0.0035% of what is there. And I can see the light spectrum, the 7 colors of our light spectrum. So effectively, we are, with the equipment we have, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the touch, we are limited to that tiny percentage, 0.0035%. So this light, this 7 light spectrum, 7 frequency light spectrum, I believe, is a cage. We are trapped because of the way that things have been engineered around us and for us, in that 7 frequencies of light spectrum. And actually, there's billions and billions and billions of other things out there. So I think that the 7 chakras are also not necessary. I think the new age is the new cage. It's been designed so that those of you out there who can perceive more than 0.0035% of the electromagnetic field get caught in the new age net. And a bit like controlled op, you're then in their control. You're in the control of the net. And that means that you won't grow and you won't learn from your own intuition, and you won't be drawing from your own energy and your own electromagnetic field. You're drawing it in from outside because you're being told in the new age that you need to do a Reiki course, or you need to do quantum energy healing or something I'm hearing about now. And all of these kind of new age courses that cost a lot of money, and you'll do 3 or 4 weekends or so many hours and you're qualified. And it's not really like that. If you're a healer, you're a healer, you're a healer. You have it because you have that perception outside of the 0.0035%. And you know how to affect electromagnetic energy, and you know how to move energy around. And it will be in you. And the problem with these new age courses is that anyone can do them. Anyone can do 3 weekends of Reiki and call themselves a Reiki master. They could be a psychopath. I know a few. So, I'm here to upset everybody in the new age now, because I want you to ask yourself, just in this, with this, from this podcast, why do you need a chakra system? Why would you need an interface on your body to connect you to your own energies? It's a good question, isn't it? Think about it. You're a human being. You're living in the realm that you were supposed to, you're born into. And yet you need an interface of 7 chakras in order to work on your energy field. It's a good question. And it's not a question that people ask themselves. But in November of 2021, I was in a journey doing something completely different. And all of a sudden, my chakras popped out from the bottom up. And it was a really bizarre experience. And afterwards, I told Tash about it because I didn't even really understand what had happened. But I told her what had happened. And then sometime later, we interviewed Tony Sayers, and he talked about removing the chakras because they are not necessary. Not necessary. Just as you don't need somebody between you and source, such as a religion or even a construct of rules and dogma, you don't need an interface for your energy. So I think we need to start asking ourselves these questions, because I think that actually it's nothing to do with love, light, fluff. It's nothing to do with your chakras or clearing them. It is to do with healing and healing trauma, but the trauma of the coding and the overlay, so that you can get back to being in your own energy, developing that and remembering who you are. So I'll leave you with that question, guys. Why do we need a chakra system? Answers down below, please. Have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you again soon.